What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Ann and JT channel. It's been a minute, but we are officially back, and today we are watching the average American versus the average British person. British person.
That's hard.
Average American versus average British person. How do we compare?
Do you think we're gonna be similar?
Probably. I mean, we're all humans. We just live across the pond.
Wow.
But you think we're gonna be different?
Yeah.
Probably. We probably are. Our lives are probably completely different. But hey, that's why we're here. We're here to figure it out. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, drop a like for more reactions like this. But other than that, let's get into it.
Two of the closest allies in the world today are the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, with both countries considering their bilateral partnership to be the strongest of bonds. The British-American bloodline runs deep, with millions of Americans identifying themselves as having either English, Scottish, Welsh, or Scotch-Irish ancestry. Given these close ties, we thought it would be fun to compare these two powerful nations in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Brit. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. First of all, we should explain what the United Kingdom of Great Britain is, as it's often an area of confusion. When we talk about the UK, we are referring to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a sovereign state consisting of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The average Brit we are discussing today is someone from the UK. In terms of ancestral relations, according to a Census Bureau American Community Survey, nearly 27 million people identified as being part English, over 5.5 million said Scottish, about 5 million said Scotch-Irish, and nearly 2 million said Welsh. Although Irish and German Americans make up larger portions of the US public, it's thought there are a lot more Americans that have Brit blood flowing through their veins but no longer consider themselves being anything other than a full-blooded American.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, you know, we all came from there anyways. But
Right. I want to do an ancestry test.
Yeah,
to see what I am.
I just know I'm like German and Scottish.
I'm pretty
Or
sure.
no, not Scottish, Irish. Yes, Irish and German.
I think ours is Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, yours definitely. But with my last name Kelly, I know it's really Irish. And then my mom's side, her maiden name was Gillahan.
She really wanted to.
And that's like a really German name, so that's about all I know. We should do like a ancestry
We
thing.
should.
Do a video where we like track our ancestry, see how like you look extremely white in the camera. Do you see that?
I am
You look like a
white.
ghost. I don't know.
I haven't fake tan.
But if y'all want to see us do like an ancestry video, let us know by hitting the like button.
With this in mind, we'll start with some comparisons of a physical nature. The average Brit stands just a fraction taller than the average American, with the BBC lately reporting that the average man in the UK is now 5 feet 10 inches and the average woman is 5 feet 5 inches. American men average 5 feet 9.5 inches and American women 5 feet 3.5 inches. Both countries are
Go ahead.
I still didn't even meet it.
No, I can't believe that the average height for people in the UK is taller than in the US for
Well,
men. That's kind of weird.
You know what they said? 5'10". Pretty sure it's like 6 foot.
I don't know. I don't understand. I'm 6'2", so I've never had to worry about being tall enough.
Well, no. The reason why I say that is most guys that are 5'10" try to say that they're.
Yeah.
It's not as funny if you have to explain it.
No, I don't get it. I've always been super tall, so.
I'm under, and I think it's crazy that I'm under the height for women in the U.S.
Yep. Oh, 5'2". I got exactly a foot on her.
Dang it.
Yeah.
considered to be not so well proportioned when compared to other more developed nations, with a new report from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation stating that the USA is in 18th place on the world's most obese nations list. Only Egypt was the other populous nation in the top 20 countries, which was filled mostly by countries in the South Pacific.
No matter if I go to either country, US or the UK, I'm still tall.
Yep.
Either country, you're still short.
UK, however, might also need to get in shape, with reports stating that obesity is a national tragedy, and that by 2025, the UK will be the fattest country in Europe. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's latest report, the average American male is now 195.7 pounds, and the average woman is 168.5 pounds. The average British man is 186.2 pounds, and the average woman is 154 pounds.
168 for women. That's kind of...
That's up there.
Yeah, that doesn't... That's crazy to me. Last time I weighed, I was 210. But I'm also 6'2". So
I would never understand kilograms. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
kg? That's good.
it's just yeah.
Does the fact both countries are perhaps on the heavy side influence life expectancy? American men on average will live to 77.11 years, and American women 81.94. Citizens of the United Kingdom can expect to clock out at a similar age on average, with male life expectancy standing at 79.1 and female life expectancy 82.8. The median age, meaning half the country is older and half the country younger, is 37.8 in the USA for men and women, and right on 40 in the UK. Which country is making more babies at the moment? Current statistics state that the US and UK are similar here, with births per woman in America averaging 1.84 and in the UK 1.9.
I'm gonna say, I expected ours to be a lot lower because we're so much larger.
Yeah.
Like, we have like, what, over 300 million people in the US, and the UK is nowhere near that, so.
But I mean, that number's...
It's
pretty
similar,
close.
especially for like the difference in the population. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Rates have decreased in many developed nations over the last few decades. According to the CDC, in 2015, 6.8 people per 1,000 of the total population tied the knot in the USA, while in the UK, that number was 4.5 per
Oh, wow.
1,000. Around 42% of UK marriages end in divorce, with almost half of US marriages ending the same way.
Damn.
On that so
So you get married over here, it's just like 50-50. Flip a
Yeah.
coin, we might last or might not.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense though.
sobering note, we'll take a look at money matters. In terms of industry, both nations are considered champions of the world, but according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the USA citizen grosses a higher salary than the average UK person. The average gross salary in the USA was the 5th highest in the world at $4,893 per month, while the UK sat in 14th place on the list with an average of $3,461 per month.
Where the hell's that at?
Whose job is that?
For real, where can we apply?
I don't even know
Damn.
whose job that is.
5K a month? Gosh dang.
Even if that's a gross pay, I
Yeah.
still need to know who that is.
Yeah, like $3,400 a month, that's still good money. Like,
Yeah.
that's really good money. But almost 5,000, where the heck are they getting these numbers at?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
What state did they go to?
For real.
per month. In terms of cost of living, Americans might need the few extra dollars, with one report putting the USA in 18th place in the world on a cost of living index and the UK in 29th place. We must also note that cost of living and wages can change dramatically from city to city. If we take a look at the economics Big Mac index, we find that the cost of a Big Mac in the US is $5.06, while the Brits only pay $3.73.
Damn!
At the same time, the index shows someone in London has to work on average 1 minute longer than someone in New York to buy the same burger. At the high end of the earnings scale, the US is home to the richest man on the planet, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, whose fortune amounts to around $87 billion. The richest person in the UK is actually listed as two brothers, who are part of the Hinduja family. Their net worth is around $16.9 billion, according to Forbes. In total, there are 134 billionaires based in the UK, according to the Sunday Times, while the USA has the most billionaires in the world at 565.
Billionaires?
Do we have a list of their names?
That is crazy.
Because I think in our bloodline we're related.
Yeah, for real. Somewhere down the line. All right, we'll do that ancestry. We'll find
find
someone.
out.
Yeah, but 565 billionaires. That's wow.
Wow, they could pay off our debt.
I mean, that's just amazing. Like
United States.
$1 billion is so much money. Like $1 million is a lot of money, but $1 billion. That's
And if
ridiculous.
there's 565 of them
That means
times $1 billion, they
Yeah.
could pay off the debt for the United States, and they just don't.
no, they don't.
I'm sure
No,
they
they
can.
can't.
They
No,
can
we're
do
in
some.
trillions.
Oh well, that's
Yeah,
great.
we're in trillions.
Love
yeah.
that for
But
us.
like they could help a lot.
could pitch in,
they
you
could help
know?
with some stuff, but no, the U.S. we're in like trillions and trillions of dollars,
I love
which
that.
will just always be there.
Yeah, we're never gonna.
What
do
do
that.
Americans and Brits get for all their hard work? Well, the Brits don't work as hard, according to one study that divided the total number of hours actually worked by the average number of people in employment per year. The USA was 16th on the list at 34.40 hours per week, and the UK was 24th on the list at 32.25 hours per week. The Brits also get more time off, with workers by law given 5.6 weeks of paid vacation time per year. In the US, there is no such law, and paid time off is an agreement made between the employer and the employee.
It's a law that they have to have almost 6 weeks of vacation. A law.
I'm sure their maternity leave is way better than ours too.
Oh, definitely.
But we have no shot when it comes to that.
That's crazy.
But I don't know if you all have noticed, but whenever you have paid holidays, they expect you to use your paid time off on those holidays so you get paid for 8 hours.
Yeah, isn't that the same thing?
No, paid holidays should be you automatically get paid for that day. I'm using my hours that I saved up to take off.
Oh, you mean paid time off,
Yes.
not paid holidays.
No, like they say that you get paid holidays,
But you have to
because
use
you
your
have
paid
to
time
put in
off.
your time to
Yeah.
get paid.
Yeah.
And if you don't, they're like,
Not in the UK.
I know.
It's illegal to not get it.
See, that's why I feel like we should just
Just go.
move.
Just go.
The average paid days off in the US is said to be about 10 days, with that number increasing with the number of years in a certain job. The UK has less public holidays though, at 8 days, with the US enjoying 10 national public holidays. Americans may work harder, but they also seem to be getting more for their buck. While the British public have been dealing with drastically increasing property prices, they also live in very small abodes. Studies have found that Britain's houses on average are some of the smallest in Europe at around 818 square feet.
Dang.
American citizens on average can enjoy much larger living areas, with the average house size being around 2,160 square feet.
That's too
The US also has more in terms of vehicle ownership. America is third on the list of number of vehicles owned per 1,000 people, at 797, excluding motorcycles and anything else on two wheels. The UK lies in 34th place on the same list with 519 vehicles per 1,000 people. Rising
I feel like the UK is more accessible by like walking. Like, it definitely depends on where you live. I feel like there's more places where you can walk around and you don't really need a car. Like here, if we didn't have a car, we're not getting literally anything.
We're not going anywhere.
It would take us half a day to walk to the closest gas station. Like,
yeah.
You have to have a car out here.
property prices, expensive cars. What does this mean in terms of borrowing money? Household debt statistics, which is measured by all money owed to financial institutions, whether it be for a house or a BMW, has both the UK and the US in the top 10 countries of the world. For 2016, the UK was in 6th place on the household debt list, and the US not far behind in 7th place. UK citizens looking
We're coming for you. We're right on your tail.
for a higher education and a good start in life might also have to take on a lot of debt before they actually embark on a career. While much of Europe enjoys a free ride or low-cost higher education, England is now said to be the most expensive place in the world to get a college degree.
Dang.
The latest reports state UK nationals attending an English university can expect annual tuition to be $11,715 compared to the $9,410 Americans pay on average per year. On average, the class of 2016 in the USA owed around $37,172 in loans, while students graduating from a university in England could expect to owe as much as something in the region of $40,000 to $55,000.
Damn.
Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland all have cheaper university tuition fees, or no tuition fee for Scottish people studying in Scotland. Students may still have to borrow to study though, with a recent report by the Student Loans Company stating the average student debt in Northern Ireland and Scotland was around $26,000 and $15,000 respectively. The Welsh have part of their tuition fees paid for by the Welsh government, but students still rack up debts on average of around $24,000. Some comfort in matters of healthcare, with most costs covered by Britain's National Health Service. Americans are not so fortunate, with an article in The Atlantic this year stating that more than a quarter of Americans said that someone in their household was struggling to pay off crushing medical debts. With that, we
Walking into the hospital is a $5,000 bill.
Riding in an ambulance is a $5,000 bill.
Like, just walk, like, nothing, there could be nothing wrong with you. You just walk through the door, they're gonna hand you a $5,000 bill. Like, it's crazy. And then, you go back there and they check you out. God forbid that there's something actually wrong with you and like you need to go to a specialist or have surgery or even get an x-ray. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so crazy. It stacks up so much. Like
Ibuprofen's like $300.
Yeah, just because, you know, here's some ibuprofen.
Right, here's ibuprofen, $300.
Crazy.
Skin to skin after you had a baby, $100.
Alright guys, that is going to do it for the average American versus average British person. We're pretty similar. There's just some things that are different because of we live in different countries. And,
geographically, it's different.
And the government's different, so.
Still cheaper to live over there, though, so.
Sure.
Who's to say?
If you don't see more reactions like this, let us know by hitting that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's JT.
And Anna.
We out.
I'm very white.